All right. So today I decided to shoot my rifles a little bit. We're finally going to get some weather to where we can harvest a few deer. It's been season for a while, but I always wait for it to get to where I can leave my deer hang. Uh, I do things maybe a little different than a lot of people out there. It took me a long time to understand this. I got told I was wrong and all this stuff for so many years. I just developed kind of an old way of doing things. Um, just because it says it's a season on the calendar does not mean it is time to kill deer. And yeah, I said that out loud. My opinion probably ain't popular, and I probably won't get 4 or 5 views, and most of them will be, uh, people they get mad. But there is a time to kill game, and there's a time to not kill game. That's just the way it is. You don't like it, well, just just not like it. But you have to do justice to the game, and that's just the way I feel. I almost revere the game a little bit because you know probably a lot of people feel a lot of different ways about the Bible, but God said, "Arise, kill, and eat." That I've made nothing unclean on the earth for you to eat. God didn't make anything unclean; we did. You know, and I think He gets the blame for a lot of things that He had nothing to do with. So anyway, that's enough of a sermon for now. But getting back to shooting, you always want to shoot your. One thing I am, these people on uh, these hunting shows and stuff. They always say shoot your rifle before you go. That is one thing I will absolutely agree with. Shoot your weapon before you go. If you haul a gun around in a truck a lot, it's going to get bumped. The better your optics, the better everything is going to be. I've got one scope that I think you could probably run the gun through a combine and it would come out and you'd be able to drive nails with it. I set it up years ago. It's still dead on. I haul it around in a pickup truck all the time. It gets beat, banged, dropped, everything. It's my junk rifle. And you you swear it's going to be off and you pull up on a coyote at 300 and you drop him. It's like, wow. And then you go shoot it on paper, and yep, that's still an inch and a half out of 100, the same way you left it 6 years ago. And but I wanted to show you my target, and I had two different rifles I shot today. One's a 25-06, the other one is a 7mm Remington, and there's 100. The 7mm Remington is probably one of the more overrated calibers out there. There's nothing actually magnum about it when you get into the ballistics and all that, but it is deadly. I mean, it is a very good caliber, just highly overrated is the only problem with it. If you use it inside the guidelines that you should, you'll never have an issue. Same way you wouldn't use a 22 rifle to bear hunt. You know, uh, I have my favorite calibers, and I like the 7mm and I like the 25-06. Both of them have served me well, and a lot of that's just because I take care of them, and those rifles have always done me well. So I'm gonna grab my target here. Okay. I hadn't shot this rifle since last year, and I keep it zeroed at 500 because I like to shoot it at 500. It is a target rifle. I very seldom ever use it on deer, but I just enjoy shooting a rifle. So it's one of them things I rigged it up to shoot at 500. It shoots 9 inches high at 100. And today I shot it at 100 yards because it's the first time I shot it this year. I wanted to make sure everything was still on the up and up. So these were my first 2 shots, here and here. I was aiming way down here, well, 9 inches below this. These were my next 2 shots after an adjustment. Somehow or another, I pulled back off to the left again on this, and then I adjusted it a little more, and I'm right where I need to be, because where I was actually wanting to hit was the point of that diamond, and I'm about a 1/4 inch above it with 2 shots less than a 1/2 inch away from each other. So that is acceptable. I know, I don't ever shoot well from the position I'm in right now. There's an old chair I sit in, and it's wobbly. And I do some of my better shooting off the ground, off sandbags. And I leave the bipods off. Not a fan of bipods anymore. Used to be sold on them, not anymore. They allow you too much torque with your wrist on the rifle, and I don't like that. You get a lot of sideways groups. If you notice, most of my groups are sideways because I have a horrible habit of torquing my hand as I'm squeezing the trigger. I'm working on that, doing better. You will develop bad habits as you get older. You don't get better as you get older, you get worse. So just for you young guys out there, give you something to laugh at. But I'm very happy with that. Given the position I was shooting from, the setup I had, I'll take that all day, because I know that'll only get better once I get on the sandbags. So this shot was the last shot I had with my 25-06. My point of aim was at the bottom of this little diamond, so it's 1 inch high, and it's like a 1/2 inch off to the left, but I felt myself torque the rifle when I did that, so I'm not worried about it. You got to learn to self-diagnose your shots. The easiest way to do it is have a really good shooter watch you shoot, and then don't be a baby whenever they say, man, I can't even believe you hit the target. So there's a lot to understand about shooting. One thing I do, and this probably comes from boot camp from Parris Island, is I keep a journal. That's what's laying in front of us here. And I just write everything I feel about the day, about the shot, about what I'm thinking about. I try to get my head into being the bullet and letting it strike where it should. Whenever I get out here and I got a few things on my mind, or if I've read something on Facebook that aggravates me or whatever, I don't shoot as well. Or if, maybe you're just not having that good of a day. It might not be the day to go shoot that day, because your mind's not going to be on shooting. So keep a journal. Keep your every day. I use a method called the Gunny Hathcock method. Whenever I'm zeroing rifles at long distance, I shoot my rifle 1 time a day. 1 time. I record the point of aim. I record the point of impact. If it rains that day, I document that rain. If I've got a huge heat signature, then, when it's going from left to right, then I document that. If it's coming straight up, I document that. I document everything about the shot. Everything that I can remember. Sometimes you get in a zone, and when you get to where you're laying down shooting and you can hear your own heartbeat and you can zone, just let the rest of the world go, then that's when you're going to get some seriously good groups. Whenever the shot just kind of happens, and that's the little place that I go to, So it's relaxing to me. A lot of people are out there, they're, guns are horrible and guns are this and guns are that. Well, maybe they are in the wrong hands. But, if you respect yourself and you respect the world around you, you don't have any ill intentions. Neither do I. So we've got to get off this high horse, that everything that offends us is bad. And, I think the world would be a lot better place if we did. I've got some friends that are ultra right. I've got some friends that are ultra left. We're still friends. That's the thing. And you got all these people, it's the in-style thing to be now, is you're either offended by everybody or you're running around waving a 2A flag or whatever. But, we're not going anywhere. We're Americans. And we need to remember that, first thing. We need to forget about all this ignorance in the world. I mean, it's crazy. No one cares anymore about anything unless they're offended by it. And then obviously you should change. The whole offended generation, it escapes me on how they are convinced that they are right. There's not any possibility in the world whatsoever about that they could be wrong about anything. And once we get to that point, once we feel like we can never be wrong, we've lost. We have lost horribly. Don't be so uptight that you can't be wrong. And if your neighbor does something that you don't like, don't watch. It's that simple. Leave them be. If they want to fly 600 flags, and it's their business. Don't worry about things that you don't pay taxes on. If you don't pay taxes on their ground, don't worry about what happens there. I know people that get stark raving mad driving down the road and they see that their neighbor has cut timber. They get angry. They've never paid taxes there. They don't own it, but yet they're mad. Why would we waste our time and our lives being mad over something we have no business or control over? I don't understand it. Maybe one of these days I'll wake up and I'll understand a lot of things, but I don't understand the whole offensive, offend me type deal. I guess because I've had to work my ass off for everything I've got. Maybe that's the reason. Maybe it's because I don't know. I don't know what the reasons are. But there's a whole lot of people out here in this world, and they just need peace in their heart. Okay? Maybe they need to go to church. Maybe they don't. Maybe they just need to take a break. Take a nice, strong shot of whiskey and just sit back and smoke a cigar and enjoy the day or something. Maybe they need tofu. I don't know. Just find your peace in the world. So, that's the mood Smiling Squirrel is in today. So, I hope everybody has a good day. I hope everybody has a wonderful Thanksgiving. If you're not thankful for anything, I can't help that. If you are thankful for something, then share it with the ones around you. I'm thankful for my family. I'm thankful for my kids. I'm thankful for, God's blessed me with a great amount. And it's not because I've been lazy. And it's not because I sat around and worried about what someone else had. It was because at a very early age, 9 or 10 years old, I decided that I was going to have more and I was going to have better, that I was going to do better. That's nothing against my parents. Okay, they done what they could. They done what they knew to do. I'm not them. I don't live for them, and I don't answer for them. I answer for me, and I answer for my house. And as for me and my house, we're good. I reckon that's all I got. Thank you very much. Hope you have a blessed Thanksgiving and the upcoming holidays. And if you're offended because I didn't say Merry Christmas, then get over it. No one cares. But I hope everybody has a good time this year. And I hope everybody holds someone else just a little closer and issues a little more respect to your fellow man.